Hi, once again, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of CueSports International, we'd like to welcome you to the CSI Invitational 8-Ball Championship. We're coming to you live from the Predator Arena here at the Rio Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. And we are in round-robin group play day number 2. As you know, CSI invited 16 of the world's best players to come here and compete in a round-robin format, playing both 10-ball and 8-ball. We've completed the 10-ball. So we're now in the 8-ball. They've been divided into groups of 4, representing North America, the Philippines, Europe, and Asia. We're playing round-robin. At the end of the round-robin play tomorrow afternoon, the winner of each group will proceed to a 4-man single elimination bracket to crown the champion. I'd like to take one more last opportunity today to thank our sponsors that have helped make this event possible, starting, of course, with CueSports International, the Rio Hotel, Predator Cues, the official cue of the CSI Invitationals, Cyclops Billiard Balls, Diamond Billiard Products, Simonis Cloth, Billiards Digest, the Magic Ball Rack, Tweed and Fiber Company, and Master Chalk. Thank you all for your very gracious support of CSI's events, and thanks to each and every one of you also for being with us here all week. Okay, here we go. Group D. This is the second match for both players. Our first player from Taiwan. He's a former 2-time junior world champion. He's had runner-up finishes in the Qatar Open and the All Japan Open Championship. He's sponsored by Cyclops and he's representing Taiwan Typhoon. Please welcome Ko Pin Yi. Thank you. And his most worthy opponent, assuredly destined for the BCA Hall of Fame. This gentleman is a former world 10-ball champion and a former world 9-ball champion. He holds 2 U.S. Open titles to his credit, back-to-back U.S. Open 9-ball titles. Last year, in the World 14-1 tournament, this gentleman set a world record that may never, ever be broken. In the semifinals of that event against Francisco Bustamante, he won 200 and out to win his match. Never been done before, may never be done again. Sponsored by Straight and Cloth, Predator, Diamond Billiard Products. It's Dynamite, Darren Appleton. Good luck, gentlemen. Race to 9, alternate break. The referee in charge of both matches, Mark Fenn.
Well, this ought to be exciting. We've got 2 great matches going on here, and we'll be switching back and forth from table to table for you. Give you a quick update here on how they stand at this point. Darren has won his first match, and Ko Pin Yi did not. So Darren's 1-0, Ko is 0-1. On the other table, Bustamante won his first match. He's 1-0. John MORRA is 0-1. So we could have a 4-way tie at 1-1 at the end of these 2 matches. We could have 2 guys that are 2-0 that are going to battle it out for the right to get out of the group. And we could have some other combinations, and just like it evolved in Group C that you just saw before. So plenty of excitement and a lot at stake for both gentlemen. Ko Pin Yi with the lag win and breaking in rack number 1. Copigny is our CSI Invitational 10-ball champion, having beaten up on little brother Ping Chung Ko a couple of nights ago. And he certainly played great throughout the entire event. He came out of his group undefeated, went through the semis undefeated in the finals, so he was 5-0 in this stellar field. Certainly a deserving champion, but he's got his hands full here with Dynamite Darren.
Well,
but Darren's got his hands full with Ko.
this is Big Ko, not Baby Ko.
This is Big Brother. So rack number 1, Tupinyi Ko.
Oh, here's our sandwich. I'll go eat when you come. I'll go eat when you come back. You go eat.
Okay, sounds good. Take your time, Bobby. Next match and Shane wins his next match, Shane's going to win the group. Head-to-head. Okay, so the only way to go, you have to win, he has to lose. Now, the other two guys are 2-1 also. Who did you beat in the first match?
I won.
Did you beat Kevin Chang? Yeah, okay. So, if Kevin Chang wins his next match, you win your next match, and Shane loses, then you go through because you beat Chang.
Shane won.
If Shane wins, I think you lose because you each beat 2-1, and he beat you head-to-head. That's why if you won there, you probably were going to win the group. It was going to be hard for someone to catch you. Shane couldn't catch you.
I beat Shane. I'm already in.
Well, Ralph wound up losing.
Oh yeah.
So you would have been in because then Kevin, even if he tied you 2-1, you beat Kevin. So because of the way it worked out, you have to win and you have to hope Shane loses.
If I beat Shane, I'm already in, right?
Yeah, I think so. Well, no, if you beat Shane and Ralph won, then it would have come down to tomorrow when you play Ralph.
Ralph lost, and then if I beat Shane, I'm in already.
Yeah, because Ralph lost. Right. So, but you still have a chance, but Shane has to lose his next match. Sorry, I was taking a second there. Dennis wanted to know a little bit about how the groups were going to play out if he won his next match, etc. It's a little complicated right now because they're all 1-1, and we'll try to maybe give you some updates later in the evening as it gets a little bit more definitive. Had Dennis beat Shane, because Ralph lost, Dennis would have already won the group. He would have been 2-0. And the only other person that could have got to 2-1 would have been Kevin Chang, but Dennis had already beaten him in his first match, so he would have beaten him out on the tiebreaker. The way I see it right now is Dennis has, if Shane wins his next match, he's going to win the group, I'm pretty sure. Although I don't want to tell you I'm 100% sure on that because I just don't have all the facts for the tiebreakers. So let's just enjoy these matches here right now, and as we get closer to being able to tell you accurately what the options are and what the possibilities are, we will do that. In the meantime, let's see if Darren can tie this thing up at one apiece. And I'll get you a score on table 2 here after Boosty racks the balls and moves away from the scoreboard. He's got to play pinpoint position here for the 3 in the side, and the 4 is a little snug. But Darren shoots so straight, he should be able to cheat the pocket enough. Now he's where he can hit just enough of the 3 ball to make it in the side. But he'll have to get on the other side of the 8 ball. Excuse me. Little left spin. Nicely done by Dynamite Darren. And it's probably no secret in the pool world, so I'm not letting anything out of the bag here, but Darren and Angie are going to tie the knot in about 3 or 4 weeks. The date, I believe, is August the 16th for their wedding in Greater Pennsylvania, Greater Philadelphia area. And they're both just terrific people. We wish them nothing but the best for the rest of their lives. John MORRA 2 up on Boosty. And that's also a big game for Francisco, a big match, because he won his first. And he certainly wants to stay undefeated and keep his hopes alive of getting out of the group. Because John lost his first match, he must win this to have any hope of getting out of group play. Rack 3, Kopinyi to break. Several balls dropped. Take a quick look at here at the layout and see what's appealing. He wants the magic rack removed. It's right on the 8 ball. Our referee Mark Fenn coming over to take care of that. If the stripe he's looking at passes in the lower left corner as you're looking, excuse me, I think he might select the stripes just because of the little bit of congestion back here behind the racking area. And he's got a terrific way to get started here. He can probably shoot the 14 and come over for the 15. Kind of where he's got his cue lined up. But the only disadvantage to the stripes is it's going to limit your pockets on the 8 ball to the left side or the lower left corner. Taking solids, you'll have both pockets. And once the 6 is cleared, the 1 goes too. But I like the stripes here because this is nice and natural to go from the 15 to the 14. And my guess will be the 12 and 9 will be the next 2 balls, the 11 being the key ball. And when we talk about a key ball, we mean the ball before the 8, just as you would say that in straight pool, it would be the ball before you leave the break ball. So when you hear us talk about a key ball, it's the ball being played immediately before shooting the 8 ball. Looks like he's got just a touch of an angle to the where he's cutting the 9 to the right. Excuse me, he didn't want to. He wanted to be straight in, stop, play the 12. But I think he's going to go 11-9 and use the 12 to come across the table for the 8 ball. Now just play the 9 and pull it back just a little bit, and he'll be able to shoot the 12 and hit long rail, and bounce. Didn't even hit the second long rail, and that's kind of his style. He's so good at this cue ball, he can just lag it into position. But perfect play so far from both gentlemen. Bustamante got one back over there. If we can switch over to that table, he's now at the table, leading 2-1, trailing 2-1. Excuse me. Rack 4, dynamite to break. Don't hear nothing. He's not happy with that. Not happy at all with that. You don't want to let this guy at the table. The groups look like about the same here. If the 5 can go in the corner where he's standing, kind of like the solids. He has a shot on the 6 ball to start if he wants solids. If he wants stripes, it's a question of the 10 ball and where he can put that. Every other stripe seems to be playable. Nothing really wrong with this choice. I mean, the 10 may go in the left side. If it does, the 15 gets him there, which is the ball on the rail where he's standing. If it doesn't, he can use that ball to open up the 10-5. And for all I know, the 10 even passes the 5 in the corner. It's just where I'm sitting, I can't tell. So we'll have to wait for Co to tell us by what he does. He's looking at it now. Now he's going to look at the side. Would have thought he had already looked at that before he picked his group. Meanwhile, Bustamante just tied up John Morra at 2-2 over there. And it looks like Busty's going to break. He's racking. Well, I'm assuming the 10 passes for him to play there. But what he doesn't want to do is get too far off the cushion, excuse me, to shoot the 15 ball, because that will keep him on the side of the 9 and 11 that he needs to be. And that's probably okay. Again, this is one that you want to hit a little on the fat side so the cue ball doesn't glance off the cushion immediately and it has a chance to drag back and let your spin help you out. He'd love to get it right where it is now, but even if he's not quite that far back, he should be okay, although this will work too. He can leave that stripe down the end there for the last ball. He'll just be limiting himself to the side pocket for the 8, so he'll need to be fairly straight here. Copigny is going to take advantage of the dry break that Darren handed him. Take a 3-1 lead, and if we can get to the other camera, maybe we can see Bustamante break. You switch cameras, Tim? He did it. Thank you. He's way ahead of me. Let's watch the Django break here. Look at that explosion. They're all over the place. But nothing went down. Nothing down from Django. It looks like John Morra has only solids to shoot. Doesn't appear he can make a stripe at all, but actually I think the solids are the group, because he's got a stripe tied up with the 5 ball there, which is right in front of the cue ball. And it does look like the 5 will be able to be made. So back over here. Copigny about to break off in rack 4 with a 3-1 lead. He's going to return the dry break. No, 2 stripes trickle in at the very end. But he's got a tough decision here. It all depends on how much space there is between the 3 and the 9 up there on the head rail. He certainly wants to take the stripes because the 3 goes nowhere. He can't play any type of combination on the 3-9 once he starts with stripes. But what's he got to shoot for his opening stripe? The 10 ball, although not that routine. Really doesn't have anything easy to start with other than the 5, and if the 5 passes, he could risk drawing it into the 3 ball and try to move the 9, and I think that's what he might have to wind up doing. A lot of times the way the table lays forces you to, as we've said, shoot a particular group that might not be the preferred group. But I don't see how taking stripes, because he has nothing to shoot but the 10 ball, will allow him to take care of the 13 and the 9. Although he's looking at the 9 now. I suppose he could shoot the 10 and come over back where the 10 is. If he could shoot the 9, eventually he could probably get to the 13. But I like the 5. I don't know if that indication was the combination or the 5. I can't imagine he would play the 13 ball here with a combination, but maybe he will because he can get the cue ball in for the 9 ball. And it might be an easier stripe to shoot than cutting the 10. So we'll know in a second. Yeah, that's what he did, and look where he put that cue ball. I mean, if you had ball in hand and had to shoot the 9, that's where you'd put the cue ball. That was tremendous. So Coe made pretty quick work of that, and he did so textbook style, starting off with that nice 5-13 combination and getting on the 9. So the heat's back on Darren here. He's got to hold serve. John Morra breaking 3-2 ahead. Back here to Darren, 4-1 down. He cannot afford another dry break. No, he just can't fall 4 or 5 games behind this guy. $14 ball up in the corner. 6 may drop. No, okay, at least he's got shots. I think he'll want the stripes because of the 3 ball. He's certainly got a couple of nice opening stripes to shoot. And he may start with the 13 in the side, or possibly the 14. He might even take the 10 out now and get this 12 and 9 out of the way, and then go back to the middle of the table. Well, Bobby, the story here has been 2 dry breaks by Darren that have resulted in runouts by
2 dry breaks,
Ko
really?
Pin-Yi, yep.
How
And,
weird is that?
And then Ko Pin-Yi broke and made a ball twice on his break and ran out. So that's how he got the 4. And Darren had one. I don't know if Darren ran out once. I don't know if it was from his break or from a dry break by Ko Pin-Yi, but nevertheless, you can see he's already in a 4-1 hole here.
Who just broke then?
Darren.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not going to take but 20 seconds more. Meanwhile, still 3-2 MORRA over BUSTAMANTE. MORRA at the table. This is going to be 4-2 here in a couple of seconds with Ko Pin-Yi coming to the table to break in rack 7. Looks like John MORRA is on his way to a 4-2 lead over there against Francisco. I'm going to.
You got kissed about 4 times.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead, Bobby, and take a short break here, and
I'll hold down the fort.
I'll be back in a little bit.
Are you going up there where the drinks are?
Yeah. What do you want?
Would you mind getting me a Diet Pepsi with some ice?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Whenever you're back, on the way back.
Yeah. I just want to also, before I go, tell everybody what's coming up next, too, because it is kind of the most important match of the day so far. On the feature table, next match is Mike DeShane and Ko Ping Chung, younger brother. They're both 2-0. Whoever wins the match wins the group.
Wow, sweet. Enjoy lunch. Well, he doesn't want to shoot this 15 ball. Well, maybe he does. He just doesn't want to hit the 4. He's going to try to draw past it a little. Once he gets on the, I would lay 2-1 here. He gets out. Boy, he got lucky there. He got a good roll there, boy. That could have been. Well, that wouldn't have mattered. But it just makes it easier. If the 14 falls, then it makes it kind of tougher to get on the 13 where it's sitting, but he's all right. He'll shoot this 14, 13, 11, 9, and 10. Oh, let's have a better angle. I don't know why he's shooting this ball, actually, but is he going to shoot the 9 next? Maybe the 9, 10, 14, 13? I don't know what he's doing. Shooting the 9 next. And then he's going to shoot the 10. He's made this a little trickier than it needs to be. But you know, these guys shoot so good. Even if they get a little out of line, it doesn't matter. You know, if they have to take a little bit of a harder shot, you know, and it would only matter if they played about 1,000 games. They might sell out once. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ken. Thank you. We got 5-2 now with Copenhagen. As great as Darren plays, I would have picked Copenhagen to win this match just because of his break. But Darren crashes them too. And like I've said 100 times, there's no favorite. There's just hardly no favorites here. Everybody plays so perfect. You know what I mean? How you gonna pick a favorite in these matches? Yeah, exactly. Talking to Jerry here, it's like flipping a coin with every one of these matches. It can go either way. Look at the match with Shane. Went down to the last game. Who made a ball in the break, and Dennis broke dry. Darren needs to break and run out here big time. If he goes behind 6-2, it's trouble. Hard to make up a 4-game, spread, playing alternate the breaks. Can you believe? Look at this. Can you believe nothing's going to go? All right, made the 3. Nope. Can you believe nothing goes in this spot? And look at this. Once again, the only problem ball here is the 5. I'm sure he's going to take the solids, and he just can. If he shoots the pink, if he shoots the 6 in the side, maybe he can move the 5 somewhere. The 5 ball goes down there where the 3's at, so he can just swing behind it. The 2 also is a little bit of trouble here. It goes in one pocket. I don't really know what ball he's playing position on here. He's acting like he's going to try to get on the 7 or the 2. But I think he's got to get that 6 out of there to clear a path for the 5. So we'll see what he's planning on doing. He's perfect on the 7 if that's what he wanted, but I think he's got to shoot this ball on the side to open up the lane. Now, what he's going to do next is your guess is as good as mine. We'll see what he's going to do. Maybe try to draw back on the 7, I would imagine. Or the deuce. No, excuse me. I meant to say the deuce. That's the shot. And now he can shoot the deuce, maybe get on the 7 and swing over there for the 5 in the corner, which would be ideal. Or could actually play the 5 next and then get an angle and shoot the 7 after the 5. We'll see. Yep. He wants to be on the right side of the line. Perfect. Now he'll swing over there for the 7. might leave the 1 ball as the last ball to shoot, because that way he can get simple shape on the 8. But either one is good. He might just draw straight back, shoot the 1, the 4, and then draw back, shoot the 8 in the corner. Probably what he's going to do. We'll see. Uh-oh. No, he didn't hit it right. He meant to draw it straight back. He didn't want to hit, but he's doesn't matter. He shoots so good as it is. But it's a little jacked up. These guys just shoot so good, you know. They just pocket ball so good. They just, even those long shots, nothing bothers them. They just split the pocket. Just keep shooting right in the middle of the hole. There's nothing you can do. He's going to take a 6-2 lead here if he gets out. A little high left here and go right. Well, he's drawing his ball. He's going to spin it down the rail. Just like that. I guess that's, according to Ken, that's probably the 3rd rack that Darren didn't make a ball in the break. You would think something would just have to fall, huh? You know, you break the balls that hard, 15 balls flying around the table and nothing finds a hole. It just doesn't seem logical. Six to 2. Boy, this is going to be a hard comeback, especially with Copini breaking. It's going to put him on the hill if he runs out. No, excuse me, pre-hill. I'm pulling for Darren here. If anybody cares, that's who I want to win. Not because I want to see Copini lose. I just want to see Darren. He's a buddy of mine. I want to see him advance. Or have a shot to advance. One of the, you know. Excuse me. Let's just break this kid. He smokes that ball. Look at this break, will you? Look at this. Now he didn't make anything. These balls are sitting rather difficult. He's got to worry about the 6 ball down here, clustered between the 9 and 14. And that's his main problem ball. The 5 goes on the side, but he's got to figure a way to break the 6 out like immediately. Of course, he's going to start with the 4. But I don't know how. I don't see the shot to move the 6. It's hard to, unless he plays it off the 2. You know what I mean? Gets an angle off the 2 and then runs right into the side of the 6, and the cue ball gets held there by the 14. But if for some reason that he gets hooked down there, then he's behind all them balls. We'll see. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what he's going to do. Fans, Darren fans, he's got to move this 6 quick. Yeah, he's playing the 1, then going to play the 2, like I said, and try to go into the 6 and 14 and just nudge the 6 gently. That's all he's got. And the 14 is going to stop the cue ball, and the 6 will lay against the rail. If he's got to get right on the 2, though. I think he might need a little bit more of an angle. See, that's what he's planning. I don't think that, you know what, the 6 goes by the 9. I think if it does, all he's got to do is draw right in here to the 11. If it goes by the 9, I don't know. It's hard to see from here. He's just going to try to hit the 11. How could he possibly went by the 11? Man, oh man. He might have got lucky if it sneaks through there, but I don't think it does. Yeah, he was trying to draw an 11 and have me stop the cue ball, and it went right by there. Went right by there. That was a bad mistake. It wasn't that tough of a shot. It wasn't easy, but you know, he should have. I would have believed he would have hit that 11. Well, he's in trouble here. If he can't make the 6, he's in trouble. Oh yeah, he's in big trouble here. He's got to shoot a tough shot on the 5. This is tough. I guess he got in the gap. Make sure he don't go too close to that side pocket over there. That was a tough shot. He was dead in the water. Yeah, he was dead. Yeah, that was a really tough shot on the 5. But he made kind of a bad shot by missing that 11 to shoot the 6. It was kind of a bad shot. He's just going to shoot this, draw over, and shoot the 9 next. 13, 11, 9. Bump the 6. It's over. Shoot the 11 next. And the 9, then the 14. A little bit of an angle, just bump, roll, just rub the 6 to the rail. Then he's got the other 3 balls hanging. He wants to draw back here maybe 2 or 3 inches. Or maybe he can go under it. Can't see from here. He'll just pop. I think he's going to pop this. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Just rub it to the rail. Hard to beat the excuse me. Don't get no better than that, folks. Don't get no better than that. Excuse me. We made one. Let's see if he gets any kind of. Excuse me. Nice shot. Get that 12 off. Shoot that 12 in. Nice shot. He still got a little bit of work cut out for him here. Got a little funny getting jacked up over this ball. Well, now he's having to shoot a ball that could possibly skid. This is kind of make sure he cuts it enough, doesn't skid on him. He's trying to get on that 12 again. Things have gotten difficult these balls here, and he's got to hope he just gets right on this. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, I didn't like the whole pattern of what happened. Of course, he kind of had to do what he had to do there, but he sure got out of line on that pattern. his trick here is he's got to get over there, and he'll probably save the 6 for last and draw back and get on the 5 in the far corner, in the right corner here. So it's the 6 ball, then the 5 ball probably. I think that's the easiest way to get on the 5 because it only goes in that one pocket. Or he's shooting. No, he's shooting a 5 now. I didn't know he had that good of an angle. That's a nice shot. Been nice if you get on the 6 ball here next. Yep. Perfect. All he's got to do now is shoot this in, swing down, get on the 8. There you go, perfect. Little high right here and go in right in between the 14 and the 8. He'll hit about right by the diamond by the side pocket. In front of the side, just like that. Just like that. Wow, 8-2. Copiigny on the hill. John Moore's got 6 over there. I can't see the Bustamante score. Oh, 6-3. Well, we've got big brother Cole here breaking for the match. And if I had this bet, I bet he gets out. Look at this. I don't know what she's going to take here. Ideally, he would like to take the, because the 4's sitting kind of funky, I think he's going to take the stripes. If that's the case, he's going to try to maybe shoot this 14 in and stay down there by the 10, which is a little hard to do unless he hits the 5 coming back behind it. I don't know. Ideally, he'd like to shoot the 10 here, but he's hooked. But I believe he's going to shoot the 14. My guess. If he shoots a 14, makes a 14-10, it's like boom, boom. He's just going to have to, like, yeah, a little bit of inside, kill the cue ball right there on the rail, just like this. Just like that. See, you see when the cue ball hit the rail, how it reversed and died out? Had that opposite spin than the running English, and when it hits the rail, it just dies. Now he's just going to try to get on the 9 next. Or I believe he'll just try to draw right straight up the rail. I mean, not the rail, straight up the center of the table, just like a swing over and shoot the 9. Just like that. just like that. He can't get on this 13 correctly. He might go forward and shoot the 15 next. Yep, he needs to bounce. He needs to bounce. He didn't get it. Now he's done made this a little funny. If he had bounced off the rail a half inch, he could have came up and shot the 11 in the corner and the 13 aside. But now he's got to go forward and hope he avoids missing like that. He don't like it. No, he's all right. I can't really. No, he's all right. Ideally, he'd hit this 8 full and then shoot the 11 in the other side. Just like that. Makes it easy to commentate with these guys. They see the right patterns. Now